Now we back. Now we poddin.
Let's
we back.
go! In the building.
Yes,
The
sir.
one and only.
I think y'all already know. You already know her.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know in the building, man. What's happening?
Hey, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Now I'm feeling good, feeling blessed. So happy to be here. Thank y'all for having me, and it's about to be crazy.
No,
For sure, man.
no,
For sure.
no. Thank you for coming through. Man.
Nah, 100%.
Oh my
Anytime.
God.
Anytime we locked in.
I tell you, we just met 20 minutes ago. You're already one of my favorite people.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes,
I'm glad. I'm glad. That's definitely the energy I try to carry with myself and shit like that. You know, be the type of person that people can want to be around and fuck with stuff like that, and you know, share their energy with. So
Right.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how to drop that.
Now, if y'all watch The Breakfast Club and they do like the clues bombs or whatever, every time Charlamagne says something that's like a crazy like fact or something, we're gonna use it as
We're
the
gonna
Noahh
use,
bomb.
Yeah. The Noahh bomb, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to name that. Noahh bomb.
Noahh bomb.
Yeah.
You're endorsed on the pod now. He's a part of the pod now.
He's a part of the pod now. How you been today, man?
No, I'm good. Made some music earlier. My homie Munch, shouts out Munch, came into town, and YN Draco from Winston-Salem. So made a song with him. Also recorded one for him. And yeah, that shit was fire. It turned out dope. I've known him for like a year and a half, 2 years. So to finally get a song in, you know, it's dope. I don't really like to ask people for shit. I just like to let it come naturally, or you know, being around him or whatever. So finally got the opportunity, and it was dope to knock it out.
Yeah, I will say, like, listening to your music, man, like, you definitely have, like, your vibe here, your vibe in your music is completely the same. Like, it's, like, perfectly the same.
Yes.
So, I honestly, usually with other artists that comes up here, I usually can put, like, some type of inspiration that, you know, they have behind their music. But with you, it's kind of hard.
Right.
So, what are some of your inspirations to your music?
I don't know. Honestly, just, like, I just try to be motivational, and I just try to think about like all the times, like, you know, I was at a bad moment or needed like to bounce back from some shit, or like any loss I've taken, even, you know, lost friends and shit like that, and just like knowing that they don't have the opportunity to be here and get it. I just got to get it for them, you know what I'm saying? And I got to make it happen, and it's not really like another option besides that. So it's just like I just know that this is what I'm gonna do, and I just got to do it until like it pays off.
Right.
So that's really what I try to give off in my music when people hear it. It's just like, no matter who you are, what you do, like, just be the best at that shit, apply yourself at it, and just, you know, you can do whatever, just keep working.
For sure.
You started rapping in 2014, I think I saw.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's like the first song I was on with The Lost Generation, but I wasn't any good back then. It was like me, Jahil, and Brody, and we made a remix to One Train by A$AP Rocky in Brody's room. And like at the time we thought it was so crazy, and it was dope to like make something, but like to see the progression from like back then to like where I'm at now and where like I can still go.
Right.
It's just like so crazy.
I know that's an early track, but I low-key want to hear that. One Train?
Yeah, not to will they hear me from this far back?
Yeah.
Okay,
These
okay.
mics.
Oh, no, my bad, because I keep trying to go in, but
I know you good.
But honestly, I don't even know if it's still on SoundCloud. But I'll look, and if it is, I'll send it to you because it's probably on, like private or something like that.
I do want to hear it just because, bro. Like, One Train is one of my favorite songs.
Yes.
And just hearing the beat, I don't even care like if it was like good or bad in your eyes. Hey, I definitely hear it.
No,
sure.
hell yeah.
Sure.
No, I'll try to find it. If not, I'll find like the earliest possible thing that I can find. Like I have a tape called Sail Team 6 that I dropped when I was like a junior on SoundCloud. I can send that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll send whatever if you want to hear it. I'm not tripping. So I want people to see like what I came from and be like, damn, he really, you know, worked hard at that shit.
Right.
So.
Perfect.
Yeah, because honestly, I'm gonna say I know some cousins who we had up here a couple weeks ago. Shout out to Trip. Who's been doing this since they were 16, 15. It's like 2013, like when Jake Bornstein had came out and everything. And I admired that about him being so young and finding a passion for him and kind of want to stick with that. So how were you able to kind of get over that nervousness, I guess you could say, and just go ahead and do it? Like hearing your answer now with what you just said at 24 is like a mature answer. But hearing that back then where You still kind of like getting in grips with yourself. How were you able to do that so young?
Yeah, I mean that's a really good question. I guess I didn't really think about it because like back then like social media was a thing, but it wasn't like as crazy of a thing now.
Right.
Like there was definitely no why be better in the comment section. You know what I'm saying in
Troll,
2014
right.
and I forgot I don't got lean so far, and shit like that. But it's just like. Just made it with them, dropped it for fun, and like I just didn't care. Like if you laughed at it, if you thought, you know, whatever, any publicity is good publicity. At the end of the day, you still checked out the song, you still probably sent it in a group chat with laughy faces or whatever, got some streams. Like that's how I looked at it. And that's just how I looked at it ever since that day. Just keep my head down and just like middle fingers up, like fuck them, you know, type attitude. And just be like, you know, proving them wrong. And just like, you want to hate, you're going to look stupid in the long run.
There you go.
But that's just really something I try to stand on.
Right.
So something that just helped me get that is just like I look at like Drake or like even the greatest athlete. Like you're never gonna please everybody. Like even the most like world renowned, most famous, whatever in any sport, any like from John Cena in wrestling to LeBron, Michael Jordan, you know Babe Ruth, or you know any of the baseball greats. I'm not the biggest baseball dude, so my bad on that and shit. But it's just like they all get hated on. You're never gonna please everybody, but all you can do is just try to be the best you could be, and eventually you're gonna get somewhere with that. And hopefully that somewhere is enough that you feel satisfied of the outcome, and you know you can live and support yourself off that shit and do whatever. So
damn. So I like that you said that because I did want to know. We kind of talked about it a little bit off camera as far as the connection that you want to give off to your audience, right? And the genuine feel that you want to, and vulnerability, kind of like what I said, that you want to give to people so that way they can rely on you, listen to you, and know that they'll have something that they can pull from it. You said that's something that you like to give off, but how much do you really like to hone in on that?
Yeah, I mean, with stuff like that, like I just really want people to know, like no matter you know who you are, what you do, what you look like, what you wear, what your interests are, you know what your preferences are, any of that shit, like you're you know welcome in my shit, like you're you know appreciated. We can all come and have fun. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't do nothing crazy and disrespect nobody, like I really don't give a fuck, bro. Like I like wrestling, anime, fucking. Like nerdy shit. I got fucking Pikachu on my arm. Like I got Sharingan on my arm. Like I got Devil on my fucking neck. Like I look like this crazy ass dude. Like I pop out in a group of people. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I want anybody in any way to just feel like like I feel like accepted here. I feel like a part, and I feel like you know if someone had a bad day and you came to hear my music, you would leave being like you know getting a release out of that.
Right.
Having a better day, and that like pours into events, but we can get to that part later and shit. Like that's like where the root of it all comes from, is just making people feel accepted. Because you know we've all been there. I've been there. I used to be fat, like weigh 230 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like definitely not the yeah. I swear. Yeah, I'll show you pics later, but you know
what you weigh now?
Like 160, 170. Yes. Yeah. So it's like. You know, and that shit wasn't easy, and it, you know.
He 6'2", by the way.
But it's just like, I've been there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really don't care who you are, what you do. Like, if I can do that shit, anybody can, and you're, you know, more than accepted and welcome to be around me and fucking with what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I'm about to be my personal trainer. You got to get me right. Dropping 10 pounds, preparing for summer.
Nah, my workout regimen is I wouldn't say it's the healthiest regimen, but it'll get you where you need to go.
Hey, I get right.
It'll get you where you need to go.
You see what? So see what I mean? Like that. Like I told him he's a great conversationalist, and you're somebody that I could just relate to, because when I was in high school, I wasn't the most like fit guy. I wasn't the most the coolest guy or anything. Like, and I had freaking self-doubt about myself. Every night I lay down like, damn, like, why am I not living to these expectations I feel are placed on me amongst my high school peers, my college peers, the people around me and everything. Until I had to realize that, okay, you know, I had to find confidence in myself. And you finding that within yourself, like, that's a good journey, good step. And I know that once you come out of that and realize that it is just going to be a journey with it, how did that kind of cultivate or transition into the creative process when it comes to songwriting or making a song?
I don't know. I guess just going into it like headstrong, knowing like just I don't know. I think you can almost even hear it in my music and my voice, like project to project. Like I get more confident in like what I'm doing. Like I try newer things, different things. You know, just try to show growth and improvement. Like end of the day, like I'm battling against myself. Like I don't really care what anyone else is doing. I support a lot of people. I don't mean it in that way, but in turn, I'm not looking at anybody like, damn, I gotta do what they're doing. I gotta do this, that, and third. I'm trying to look at Noah's music and be like, all right, this is the last song I made. Let me make a couple more. Is it better than what I just made? Like, what can I do better? I don't want to ever be stagnant, stale, nothing. I'm always looking to improve, do better, build on what I'm doing. And as long as I'm going forward, like, I'm winning. And, like, that's all that matters to me.
That's
like,
exactly
so
what I want y'all like to.
I'm in the business of catching W's, not losses. So you ain't going to see me around the L. Like,
I'm trying.
Now, it's funny that you say that about yourself because I see that you like to collaborate with a lot of local talent around here in the area or in North Carolina in general. Where did that come from? As far as like, okay, I want to get with other people, kind of put our creative talent together and make something.
I'd say that more ties into like shows than music. Like I definitely have features with people, but I don't have like as much as I'd want. Only because, like I said earlier, like I just don't like asking for stuff.
Right.
Like not that I couldn't get it, not that it'd be wrong for me to ask.
Right.
I just would hate to be like just text somebody like, yo, let me get a feature, blah blah blah. They're probably gonna be like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Right.
I'm probably gonna be like, bet, let's go.
Right.
And then it's just gonna come down to either scheduling it, which will happen whenever, or like I'll get it open, like da da da. I'd rather just like be with that person. And it's like I'm always working, other people are always working. So it's like I just haven't really had the opportunity to like lock in with everybody like I would want to musically.
Right.
And shows are kind of like a way for me to do that. Just my way of just like bringing everybody together. And I know like everyone's working hard. Everyone's trying to chase their dream. Like everyone involved is, you know, on that type of time. But for this one night, this one event, this one thing, like we're all going to call off work. We're all going to do whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're going to dedicate the day to like celebrating ourselves, showing like our talent and our shit off and like expressing that to like everybody. Okay. And yeah, that's just where it all comes from, really. Yeah.
How did you develop the confidence, I guess, to go out on like shows, on stage?
That is the biggest thing.
Like, where did that development come from? I guess.
Please.
Honestly, I took theater in high school. I didn't even mean to be in the class. They just like put me on it. And I remember like texting my mom angry as hell, like, oh, they put me on freaking theater, like, blah, I'm not trying to be on this. Can you get my schedule switched? Da da da. Yeah. And but like from being in that class, I met Jaheel and Brody, and that's kind of like how the whole music thing happened. And then I did like a lot of plays there. So from like being on the stage, like doing that, it kind of just like transferred into like, all right, now instead of performing like lines and playing this role, like I just got to perform my music and just like bring the energy and just like. One thing I try to tell myself is like the people are here to like see this event or like to see me or to see this and to have like a good time. So there's no reason to be scared.
Right.
Like just give them what they came for.
Right.
And it's just like that just gets me hyped.
Hey, look, man. So I feel like that's crazy. I feel like people take that for granted in like high school or middle school or whatever. You know, like going into like theater, developing like that confidence to be on stage in front of like people. Whether it's like 10 people, 20 people, to like 500 people, 1,000 people. Like,
right.
Bro, I already know how I'll be on stage. I'll try to get loose, but at the same time, like I'll be sitting there like kind of like still, scared, like damn, do they like what they hearing? Like what am I gonna do? Like they don't like this. Like what am I gonna do? But bro, that's crazy. Crazy.
And bouncing off that, like one thing like I learned in theater. Is like end of the day they have no clue what's going on and they're only gonna know you messed up if you show them that you messed up.
You put me on game.
So there's no reason to go out there and trip about what you're doing or if you miss a lyric or if you miss whatever. As long as you play it off like nothing happened, like they're never gonna know. But if you go out there and you're like, oh, they're gonna be like, oh, he messed up, and then they're gonna know.
Right now.
So you just gotta just
play
be
it off.
smooth with it. Yeah.
Man, look, you might have just birthed a monster, man.
Yeah, I
You
hope
already
so.
know.
Think about like
Young Lex about to be on stage. So.
think about like the NFL or NBA, even wrestling. Like they make mistakes all the time. We'll never know watching because they just make it seem so like it's supposed to happen in a way.
Yeah.
So just try to apply that. Like I said.
Man, that's dope. That's dope. Like now you got me thinking about some things, man.
Hey, go crazy.
And I don't know if it's something that you want to divulge, but
Divulge whatever.
how what's your mindset with going out there and actually controlling the crowd, making sure they capture the energy that you're trying to give off when performing, and like the song selection as well?
Well, in terms of like performance, like I said earlier, I just give them what they want. Like end of the day, I know you came to jump and rage and have your phone light up and have your hand in the air and jump around and do whatever. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right,
like I like to have fun,
right.
you know, like all that stuff. And in terms of like how I do my set and stuff, like just from like going to Rolling Loud and like other events and even local events and just like seeing like what I personally like to hear performed, like the energy, you know, I like as like an audience member or whatever.
Right.
I just try to like translate that to like my art and like my set list.
Yes.
So I like to rage and turn up and have fun. So like I try to tie a lot of that into it versus like my more like, you know, softer, slower catalog of like music. But I do try to do like maybe like one or two of those, just like bring the energy up, slow them down a little bit, you know, bring the energy up, slow them down a little bit, and stuff like that. But with the newer project, it's really all in some just like, nah, we're about to go like crazy. And I remember like I saw Travis Scott at the Ritz like maybe like 2018, I don't know when it was, and it was just like 45 plus minutes of just straight like mayhem.
Yes.
And like that's what I'm about to be coming with, and just like it's just about to be crazy.
I'll rage at the show. I'll go crazy. Give me on some Henny, I'll go crazy.
Yeah, they gonna have all of that. So whatever you need.
Perfect. Hey, look, when them pictures come back of you, make sure you take pictures of him.
Off of her.
So I want to get into the next project soon, but real quick, I just want to know, like, when you're actually recording, are you cognizant of which songs or the percentage of songs you have for performing live, or keeping like just straight for the album and everything? Like, yeah, these two definitely will have them crazy, you know, when I'm performing.
Yeah, the approach that I take to a lot of my music is really to make something that I can perform. Just because I feel like that's a good way to spread music. I also enjoy performing, and I also have a lot of upcoming opportunities and stuff to perform. So I want to have stuff to like use for that.
Right.
But outside of that, like, yeah, I mean, I just go in and I'll just like listen to the beat and like whatever, like literally let it talk to me in a way.
Right.
Whatever ends up coming out of that, I just put it out, and then after that I listen to it and be like, all right, like this is good. I don't know if I'd perform it or, you know, stuff like that. Because there's songs on my past albums I've never performed, but that are like amazing songs, some of people's favorite songs, and stuff like that. So I don't know. I really just try to listen through and just pick what would give the people the best thing for 15, 20 minutes and just do that. And then what'll like blend what together. And like I said earlier, bring the energy up, energy down, and just create like a experience. Like I want it to be like, not just like, oh, it's just some little performance. Like I want it to be like a artistic experience. Like you're drawn in, like you feel like you're like, you know, taking over and like a part of something that you can't like escape.
I like that.
And like if you're getting a shot of Henny, you know what I'm saying? You gotta run from the bar to like get to this thing that's going on.
Right.
Like,
but not in it.
And a whole lot of this.
Ooh, yes, sir. You already know.
It looks so to spin back on like you saying like with the blending of music. I know like with some albums, I'm gonna just throw like Cardi album for example out there. Whole Lot of Red. Just hearing Whole Lot of Red and then going to a show and then hearing how he plays some of his music and then the transitions behind it. Hell, sometimes it even sound better than the album.
Right.
So like, I guess the question I want to ask is like, what's like the process of you picking the music and then trying to figure out what will blend into the next song, into the next song to make that, I guess, 10, 15 minutes, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's a good question.
Because that's almost how I do like the track list for projects. Like I don't know, I just listen to like stuff that I have made like over and over and over and over again.
Right.
And I just try to think like listen to the song and really think like, all right, like where would this sound good at? And like I usually start like with the intro, like what do I want to come out to? And it's usually like I want to smack you in the face. In terms of like if I'm at a show and you have no clue who I am, I want to run out and do a song so crazy that you're gonna be like, who in the hell is this?
Right.
And like want to like be like, all right, like I'm locked in to like what's going on. So like that's usually where I start, and then from there, I usually like to give myself like a little breather because I come out jumping and raging around. So I might do something like a little more chill, like you know that you can still vibe to or whatever. And then probably like bring the energy back up like 1, 2, and then hit him with a couple racks because that's like you know my hit song at the moment or whatever to this date. And then tribute song to Cloud every set. That's how I end it. So that's just how I close the night, and that just kind of like brings the energy down. Kind of like ends on a smooth, like serene, like you know, dope note where you're like, damn, like that was an experience. I like that. So I kind of like I said, like look at like a movie script, anything like that, and I just try to like make the painting, make the movie, make the.
You got me excited, like to go see you. I'm about to fangirl right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely like create an experience with that shit and get people involved, 100%. So I pride myself in performance. Like people got way more streams than me, way more followers, way more comments, way more whatever the hell. But what you don't got is the stage presence and the stuff that I got. Like,
I can't wait.
This shit different, bro.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you.
I can't wait.
So when it comes to your songs, you like to keep things relatively short and concise, straight to the point, where people can really get the message and then go about their day. Like you say, you like feed them. Okay, what's next? And then have that replayability kind of loop going on. What is the motivation behind doing that per se?
I'm just trying to make music that's easy to like digest, and music like for everybody. You know, like you can be 80 years old and understand what I'm saying. You can be 12 years old and understand what I'm saying. You can be 30 years old and understand what I'm saying. You may not be able to relate to it, but you can at least understand and hear, and it's catchy, and you want to sing along, and it's like, oh, this is, you know, boom, boom, boom. And you can get behind it, and like that's what I make music for. I want anybody to be able to enjoy it, any age, any time, like anything like that, and just make music for everybody. And not that I could make different music and not do that, but I just feel like that's like my approach to why I do it that way, versus like making something like super long that like might X out like the younger audience that's not trying to sit down and listen to 4 minutes of me spitting something, you know. But although it may do better with you know the other stuff like that. So I try to just blend a little bit of everything. Like I try to like put some good punchlines in there, some good bars, but I also try to make it like melodic and catchy. Right. So like I'm not no Kendrick Lamar lyricist by all means, but like I'll hit you with some shit where you're like and just try to mix that in with something where you're like, oh okay, like I can you know bop to this, I can play this in the car, I can you know listen to this on the way to the game or whatever, and and then you come see it live and you're just like, damn. And then you go listen to it and it like hits different because you got the experience. Like,
I like that. I like that because especially like you were saying now with the younger kids, you got like Vontae, Baby Santana, and people like that where they're at Cash Dami where their songs can literally be a minute long and that's it. But it's enough like to have you in. But the reason I did ask that question because I noticed the duration between each project is only like a couple months in between. And projects that you do release maybe max out probably 40 minutes, if that. So with each coming project, being as you drop them off at a more consistent rate, what challenges do you like to set for yourself, especially with this one coming up?
I mean, just dropping projects in general, like I just try to look at like Lil Baby. Like when he came up, like he was known for just like dropping a shit ton of mixtapes and just like going crazy and just flooding it and like you cannot resist this dude. And he was just like in your face where you had to like be like, nah. Like, Lil Baby's been out here really like doing this. So like that's just the approach. Like he's like biggest rapper, you know, debatably right now. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the approach I try to take. Like I could drop singles. I probably should drop more singles than I do rather than just like dropping a shit ton of music. But I also haven't had a lot of solo music out. So I'm just trying to like build a catalog and like show people like my diversity, like me as an artist, like all the types of stuff I can do, and just like flood it. And then, you know, if I make 8 songs in a project, each of them gets 100 streams, it's 800 streams versus trying to get one song to 800 streams or something. Right. Or, you know, I may put out a single that somebody likes, but if I could have put out 7 more different vibes, maybe I could have got one more person to like it because I made something that they could like fuck with. So the more music, the more people you can get, especially when I'm like on the come up and not established or nothing. Like I'm trying to reel everybody in, just throwing the bait,
right?
Like setting the hook and just,
yes.
What I airdropped you earlier, I definitely 100% think is gonna be my next single, but it's also gonna be on my project, so it's gonna be dope because it's gonna be the first time I'm dropping a single prior to the project. Oh man! And then also putting it on the project. So I'm gonna see the results of how that goes, and I think it's gonna do better. And I also have a video coming for it too. So yeah, a lot is on the way. And when y'all do hear this track in a little bit, that is like the stuff you can expect to see coming from the project and future Noahh shit. So
from like the first like 15 seconds, I was like, damn. Yeah, this sounded good, man, for real.
So what's the name of the next project, by the way?
It's called Nascence, and I'm gonna explain it in a second. I'm gonna get you the actual word for word definition, just so I don't mess it up. But then I'm gonna give you like my like reasoning.
Okay, for sure. Okay, yes, sir.
So, Nascence is like being born or coming into existence for the first time, and it's like the nascence of a business idea is very exciting. It's commonly used to talk about the development of something new or emerging of great potential. And I feel like with this project, it's really going to get me like my respect, really going to take me to like a level like I've been wanting to get to and like really like working hard to get to. And that's going to be like my nascence, is like my coming into growth, like my coming into like, all right, this is like Noah's here. Like, nah, like we got to like stop sleeping on this dude. Like we know he does the festivals, and like before we knew he did the music, but now it's like, nah, he does the music. And like that's really like my goal with the project and with everything I'm starting to do, is just like earning that respect and, you know, earning that stuff. Because it's like I know a lot of dope people, a lot of very important and dope people follow me and interact with me and have very, you know, friends of all types of shit. But it's just like there's something that is keeping them from commenting or sharing or reaching out or, you know, putting me onto whatever opportunity. So it's like, obviously I got to earn that, and I'm down for that, and that motivates me. And I feel like this is me earning that. And at this point, you're not going to be able to just keep scrolling or keep like, oh yeah, Noahh sent me his, you know, track or whatever, like for, you know, or whatever, and just not take it serious. Like that's just dead. Like after this, I feel like. So yeah.
What's the single called?
In My Hand. Is it
In My Hands?
Yeah, my bad. In My Hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I did not want to mess that up.
Drop the bomb.
Drop the bomb on it.
Do we have copyright permission to play this track?
Oh yeah, nah. So I'm gonna shout out the producer though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's produced by Jackpot. Super fucking dope ass, humble, genuine ass dude. He's a fucking about to be like super huge. I'm telling you, y'all gotta tap in. He's got a lot of dope records with Big Baby Gucci, a bunch of other people. He followed me, we tapped in, and he's helped change my sound in a very good way. And y'all about to hear, you know, the Jackpot effect. So shouts out him.
There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So here it is. All right. In My Hands.
You want these so you can hear them?
Oh yeah.
I've heard it already. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got this clock in my
This sounds crazy, bro.
If we catch him, we gon' leave him where he stand. They won't admit it, but they know that I'm the man. I'm the man. Tougher bag in my hand. And I got this clock in my pen. If we catch him, we gon' leave him where he stand. stand. They won't admit it, but he know that I'm the man. Wake up in the morning, smoke a blunt and hit the dash. Fucking on this bitch and she calling me her dad. Counting so much money I can barely do the math. I've been in the field, I'm like Marshawn with the pad.
Now,
God damn, yo. What?
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That sounded amazing.
Yeah, that's it's a whole lot of that, bro.
Man, what was the inspiration behind NFS anyway? Like, cause I know we had Rome Gita up here.
Raleigh Day?
Yeah, the 919 Raleigh Day show. And he was saying just to put more of the city on, a lot of talent here. So like, what was your reason behind doing NFS and everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely some of that. I had been doing shows and like I planned something like right when COVID hit that I didn't get to do. And that kind of like pissed me off. And I was just like, damn, like, how can I bounce back like from this? And we're going to be stuck inside for however long. Like, what can I provide people that they're going to want? And that's like, you know, almost as like we waited like this whole time. Now we can like just enjoy ourselves for the day experience. And that's how I kind of came up with Summer in the Carolinas. And with that, I was just like, I want to make this like some Rolling Loud shit for like North Carolina. Like I want to hit up every like of the biggest artists that I know. Sure, you know, I may have missed some people that are considered bigger artists or whatever, to each its own. But just people that I personally, you know, have connections with and friends with and stuff like that. Got them all together in one place, vendors, food truck sponsors, stuff like that, and just try to throw something dope for the city. And it was something that helped a lot of people come together. A lot of relationships, you know, were formed from that. A lot of people that never met via the internet got to meet there. And I feel like it inspired a lot of people to do a lot of stuff. And I feel like a lot of stuff, whether people will admit it or not, has happened and stemmed from that happening and stuff like that. And that's something I'm happy in because that's what I did it for. At the end of the day, like I did it with the intention of like, we live in a city and state and area that is like extremely talented and like needs its respect and needs like, you know, it's time to shine. Like, and I was able to play like a monumental step in that in my eyes. I want to do an Atlanta show, call it In the A. In July, I'm helping set up a 3-day festival in LA. If y'all saw that like one night in LA festival that I just performed at. So like I helped kind of behind the scenes set that up, like just kind of like giving them advice. Like they had never thrown an event before. They see what I'm doing. Like I know them and I just kind of like guided them like, you know, boom, 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 boom. They had questions. I answered it kind of thing. Because like my approach to helping people is I never want to like take over your dream. I just want to help you see that dream out. So I feel like a lot of people just want to take over people's dreams and instead of just like giving the assist and letting them like do it on their own. And I'd rather just you come to me like, yo, can you help me with this? Let me do it. And then see you go do it on your own and you be like, get something and be like, nah, like you needed me to like get that. Like, nah, it ain't about that, bro. Like I'm just out here trying to just help whoever like I fuck with do that shit.
And he is not lying. Cause I sat here and asked him for a feature.
Yo,
before he was like, yeah.
He said, yeah, send it to me.
Without hearing anything.
Which you don't have anything.
Y'all brought me out. Y'all brought me out for the podcast. The least I can do is give you a feature.
Of course. What's it more about like setting up an event for yourself? I don't know anything about that. I don't know if that's something you want to talk about.
Yeah, to be honest, at this point, I have it down to a method that I really do it in like an hour. Like, not in terms of like the longest thing I wait for is a response from the venue. So like, but once I have a date, like to do a show, it's just like an hour. Because I make a message that I send to every artist I'm interested in, like copy and paste that shit. Boom, 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 boom. That's all you need to know. Say yes or no. Then I'm gonna write your name down on my list of artists that's performing. Vendors, same copy and paste. Food truck, copy paste. Media, copy paste. I don't got time for the group chats. You're not gonna read them. It's gonna end up getting spammed. No one's gonna get the information they need. Just copy and paste it individually. Boom, 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 boom. That is the sauce. That's it. The copy and paste.
That's smart.
You'll save yourself so much time. You'll be able to communicate whatever you need to communicate. Just type up one paragraph that fits whoever you need to send it to. Copy and paste it.
Well, no. On a serious note, I do want to say thank you for coming out.
Heck yeah, thanks for having me.
This was amazing. Like, this guy, like, you know exactly what to say. This is great. I'm telling you. And with everything you got coming up, I've been watching you for a little while now.
Yeah.
Definitely tapped in. And then y'all will see Now We Poddin coming soon with this guy again. But
a whole lot of.
Yes. Actually, can we have the ending track?
Yeah.
That song again, please?
Yeah, you could play it again. Can I make like closing? Yeah. Yeah, just like closing out. Y'all can follow me on any social media at You Already Noahh, YOU already know with 2 H's. Follow Now We Poddin. Shouts at them. Y'all follow football PHOOTBALLL. Might be a lot of L's in the at name, but we don't take them. And
I like that.
And shouts out. Yeah, shout out the NFS team. Shouts out Rob and Jag, everyone that helps put the albums together and stuff like that. Shouts out everyone that supports me. My mom, girl, all that stuff. Homies, and everyone that supports NFS and shit like that. Yeah, we're gonna keep making it happen. So stay grounded and stay up.
Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow us on IG, Twitter. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I'm trying to get everything else, SoundCloud, and we will leave Noah's IG, all his socials in the bio. Look out.